Powerhouse Ministries are based in Folsom, where they got a 30-year history of working to break the cycles of addiction, abuse, and homelessness. They have residential programs, they have crisis responses, they have a whole manner of things. And the need is only growing. Their services and effectiveness is only growing, and it's great to see the community getting behind them. And if you live in Folsom, you may be aware of the Dragon Boat Festival that's going on that gets over 1,000 people involved in Lake Natomas every year. The city's behind them. We want to get behind them. John, we're really glad you're here. John Ingram's the Director of Development.
Thank you. Let me introduce you to Amanda. Amanda grew up in Citrus Heights and was the child of an addict. By 19, she was lost in her own addiction. Nobody wanted her around. She felt her family hated her, and she was no longer invited over to their houses. She was bouncing back and forth out of homelessness and living in shelters. She wanted so badly to overcome her addiction, and she tried it on her own. She tried short-term programs. In fact, by the time Amanda was 35 years old, she had been in 13 residential programs, 7 outpatient programs, 4 psychiatric facilities, and when all those failed, she attempted suicide. Addiction kills. It kills families, it kills the person, and it kills communities. But what if I told you there's a place in Sacramento where lives are being restored, families rebuilt, and hope reborn every single day? That place is Powerhouse Ministries, and tonight we want to show you how you can give hope a new home. In Sacramento County, more than 175,000 of our neighbors suffer from substance use disorders. That's about 11% of our population. For many, recovery feels impossible and an overall lonely process. A 30-day residential program costs on average $18,000. And there aren't enough beds, families are separated, and only 1 in 4 people remain sober long-term. Think about that. If 4 people into recovery today, in 1 year, 1 of them will still be sober. Add to that the cycles of poverty, incarceration, and homelessness that trap generation after generation and continue to destroy families and communities. We are left with broken families, broken communities, and desperate individuals. We see kids going to bed hungry, parents overwhelmed, and young people convinced before they even graduate high school that their future is already lost. The problem isn't abstract. It's right here in our community, and the need is overwhelming. Powerhouse Ministries was founded by our executive director, Nancy Ashley, and our mission is to make transformation possible by breaking the cycles of addiction, abuse, poverty, and incarceration in this region, while giving hope and opportunity and permission to dream again. When Nancy and her late husband moved to Folsom in the early 80s, they were taken aback by the women and children who were lined up to visit their families. This led to them in one of the worst neighborhoods in Folsom at the time was Montrose and Talisman. And Nancy just went on the lawn, that lawn right there, and started a Bible study. She started working with people where they were. And for over 30 years, that mission has continued. And we have been offering hope when people are often in their darkest moments. We've walked with thousands of men, women, and children out of despair and into new life. And we're still working in that same general neighborhood now. Powerhouse has 4 residential campuses that create a safe and stable place for people who are desperate and ready for change to come for healing and support. As one of the few long-term residential programs in Northern California, our 2-year program addresses all aspects of life. Treatment plans are tailored to individual needs, overcoming obstacles, and accomplishing life goals. We have 59 beds for men, women, children, and teens. We believe finances should never be a barrier to recovery, and that is why all of our programs are offered at no cost. Long-term programs have long-term success. A year after our residents graduate, 91% of them never returned to the lifestyle of addiction, abuse, poverty, or incarceration again. That is over 4 times the success rate. That's over 4 times the success rate of other programs. This isn't to brag, but it's to celebrate the miracle we see every day in our office. And we are so blessed to be a part of that. Thankfully, Amanda's attempt at suicide was not a success. She heard about our program, she applied, she got in, but for the next 2 years, she did the work. She went through our relapse prevention training, our Christ-centered curriculum, life skills training, personal strategy sessions, and personal development classes. Amanda spent hours in therapy through our licensed counseling center, including individual and group counseling, case management, and trauma-informed care. This allowed her to do the work, some of the deepest trauma that caused her to be trapped in that cycle of addiction. And Amanda told us that one of the most powerful moments for her was when she realized she didn't have to fight alone anymore. For the first time, she had a community that believed in her future, even when she didn't. Amanda also told me that with Jesus, for the first time, she felt safe and secure. She had never felt that before in her family or anywhere. But 3 years later, Amanda's sober, happily married, and is actually in escrow closing this month on her first home. She's a phlebotomist. She's pursuing nursing school. And stories like her remind us that lasting change is possible. If you guys want to hear Amanda share her story, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you right to that. Or you can go to our webpage. We have a whole section of some of the testimonies. Hers is super powerful, and she was really excited for me to share this tonight. But here's the challenge we're facing today. We've outgrown our building, and our programs are packed. We have people on the wait list, desperate and ready for change, who simply don't have a place to go. Imagine being a father who finally admits he needs help and wants to turn his life around only to be told there's no room. Or a mother with her children calling every single day, asking, is there a bed open now? Is it ready today? Not yet. And hope is literally waiting at the door, but we don't have the space to welcome him in. But we are working on fixing that. We're on a journey to 100 beds. But today, we're working to lay the foundation. We have to have the space to support that. Not just the residential, but all of the programming that goes with it. Our counseling center has provided over 1,400 hours a year since it opened of no-cost counseling to our residents and to community members. And we recently, as of today, our 3rd therapist has just been added to that team, interns. So now we have 4 licensed therapists on our team to provide care. So next year, that number is going to grow. And this has only exacerbated the limited space that we have. We've acquired a new campus. If you guys are familiar with Folsom, it's on the corner of Fargo and Natoma Street. That has let us expand our capacity and extend our reach. But it needs a lot of work to make it happen. See how you're looking at blueprints today? The building is standing, but we have to do a lot in it to be able to move in. Your support tonight will not only lay that foundation, but you'll literally be raising the walls that will break generational cycles of addiction and transform lives. This counseling center will provide trauma-informed care to our residents, but it needs to be in a safe, welcoming environment to make that happen. Your donations today will help build and furnish the new and expanded counseling center at Powerhouse Ministries. That's what our beautiful red circle is there. You can see the actual part of the building it'll be in. And here's what this building really means. It means 2,000 hours of evidence-based mental health care, including individual and group counseling, case management, and holistic support like community and spiritual engagement. We have a team that will implement services that integrate physical, emotional, and social well-being For many of our residents, this will be the first time they sit in a counseling room that feels safe, warm, and dignified. It's more than drywall and furniture. It's a signal that they're worth it and that their story's not over yet. Many served in our programs have deep trauma, abusive histories, unstable childhoods, and have previously been incarcerated or homeless. Healing takes time, which means long-term investment in emotional, spiritual, and counseling resources are necessary. Our counseling center addresses recovery, stability, and long-term success. Every square foot translates directly into more lives touched, more families restored, and more hope spread into this region. This is more than just bricks and mortar. This is a home for hope. Imagine a place where a child can grow up watching their mom or dad finally break free from addiction. Imagine families once torn apart now gathering around a dinner table. Imagine a community where the cycles of poverty, abuse, and incarceration are broken for good. Together with your help, we will build a place where addiction ends, families are restored, and communities are transformed. Let's give hope a new home tonight.